get to know it. ಈಗ ನಿಮಗೆ ಲೆಟಸ್ ಸೇ, ಈಗ ನೀವು ಕಂಪನಿ ಸೇರೋಕ್ಕಿಂತ ಮುಂಚೆ ಒಂದು ವಿಷಯ ಗೊತ್ತಿರಲಿಲ್ಲ ಅಂತ ಇಟ್ಕೊಳ್ಳಿ. ಈಗ ಸೇರಿದ ಮೇಲೆ ನಿಮಗೆ ವಿಷಯ ಬಂತಪ್ಪ. Now whom do you want to praise? You want to praise the God, or you want to praise yourself, or you want to praise the consciousness, or what you want to do? So the mind doesn't know, basically. ಈಗ we have two kinds of...
ನಾವು ನೋಡಿ ಈ ಕಂಪನಿ ವ್ಯವಹಾರಗಳಲ್ಲಿ ಏನು ಮಾಡಿದ್ರು ಕೂಡ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಪರ್ಫೆಕ್ಷನ್ ಅಂತ ಎಂಬುದು ಇಲ್ಲ. ಅಲ್ಲಿ ನಾವು ಮಾಡಿದ್ದು ವಿತ್ ಅವರ್ ಎಕ್ಸ್ಪೀರಿಯನ್ಸ್, ಅದಕ್ಕಿಂತ ಬೆಟರ್ ಮೆಥಡ್ ಯಾವಾಗಲೂ ಇರುತ್ತೆ. ಬಟ್ ಇದಕ್ಕೆ ಬಂದಾಗ ಈ ಟೀಚಿಂಗ್ ಇದೆಲ್ಲ, ಇದರಲ್ಲಿ ಚೇಂಜ್ ಎಂಬುದು ಏನೂ ಇಲ್ಲ. ಇದನ್ನು ಪುನಃ ರಿಫೈನ್ ಮಾಡ್ಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ಏನಿಲ್ಲ, ಇದೇ ಫೈನಲ್ ಎಸೆನ್ಸ್ ಅನ್ನು ನಮಗೆ ಬೇಕಾದ ಹಾಗೆ ಅದನ್ನು ಕರೆಕ್ಟ್ ಆ ಪೊಯೆಟ್ರಿಕ್ ಮೀಟರಿಂಗ್ ಎಲ್ಲ ಸರಿಯಾಗಿ ಸಂಧಿ ಸಮಾಸಗಳನ್ನೆಲ್ಲ ಸೆಟ್ ಮಾಡಿಕೊಂಡೇ ಬಂದಿದೆ. ಒಬ್ಬ ಮನುಷ್ಯನಿಂದ ಒಬ್ಬ ಜೀವಿತ ಅವಧಿಯಲ್ಲಿ ಇಷ್ಟು ಮಾಡ್ಬೇಕಾದ್ರೆ ಅದೆಷ್ಟೋ ಬೇರೆ ಗ್ರಂಥಗಳನ್ನ ವಿಚಾರ ಮಾಡಿ ಇದು ಸಾಮಾನ್ಯ ಬ್ರೈನ್ ಆಗುವಂತದ್ದಲ್ಲ ಅಂತ ನನಗೆ ಕಂಡಿತು.
No, that this is what duality is all about. So you going to create one duality. ಈಗ ಅದು ನಮ್ಮಿಂದ ಆಗದೆ ಇರುವಂತದ್ದು, ಸೊ ಯಾವುದೋ ದೈವಿಕ ಶಕ್ತಿಯಿಂದ ಮಾತ್ರ ಆಗತ್ತೆ ಅಂತ.
ವಿಶೇಷ ಶಕ್ತಿಯಿಂದ, ಹೌದು.
But that is not true. It is you yourself is the Brahman, right? So when you yourself is a Brahman, now how can you say that it is coming from outside you? This is the problem. Okay, so if you go by a Dvaita, you can't have any duality at all. You can't say it is coming from some other source.
ಹೌದು ನೋಡಿ, ಅದು ಪ್ರಜ್ಞಾನಂ ಬ್ರಹ್ಮ, ಡೌಟೇ ಇಲ್ಲ ಅದಕ್ಕೆ.
So when you are Brahman,
ಈಗ ನಮ್ಮ ಮೈಂಡ್ ಅದಾಗಿಲ್ಲ ಅಲ್ಲ, ನಮ್ದು ಡ್ಯುಯಾಲಿಟಿ ಎಲ್ಲೇ ಇದ್ದೀವಲ್ಲ.
No, that is true.
ಡ್ಯುಯಾಲಿಟಿ ಆಂಗಲ್ ನೋಡುವಾಗ
no, that is correct, but
ನಮಗೆ ಕಾಣುವಂತದ್ದು ಇದು.
ಹೌದು, ಬಟ್ when you
ಪ್ರಜ್ಞಾನಂ ಬ್ರಹ್ಮ ಡೆಫಿನೇಷನ್ ಇಂದ ಅದು ಹೊರತು ಬೇರೆ ಏನೂ ಇಲ್ಲ, ಅದು ಮಾತ್ರ ಒಂದೇ ಇರುವಂತದ್ದು.
No, that is correct. So ಈಗ ನಾವು ಪ್ರಜ್ಞಾ, there she comes. So if
Morning.
Good morning. So prajna is Brahman, right? So prajna means wisdom. Now what is wisdom? Wisdom is about how things work. What is the real versus what is unreal. That is what the prajna is all about. Correct? Okay. Now who created name and forms? The same mind created name and forms. Who created the world? The mind created the world. But who gave blessing for the mind to create the world, or the Maya, or whatever it is? It is the consciousness. Right. So now when consciousness is doing the same thing in everyone, is it still right to say that there is some divine power which is giving me all of this?
That consciousness itself is divine.
Yes. So there can't be anything
the wisdom and which is there everywhere all the time is that.
Right.
That is clear.
Yeah. So I'll give you a substantiate through an example. So.
But one more thing I want to say. If you have something called Advaita, wisdom, Prajnanam Brahma, from our mind we are thinking about Dvaita. Because for me, till I understand it, I am in Dvaita only. With Advaita I can't understand. There is nothing to understand.
Correct.
I have to start understanding the knowledge coming to my mind through Dvaita. And once I am reach that stage of Advaita, Dvaita is dropped. Actually, it is not there. It is just illusion. It is just gone away.
Correct.
Till then, illusion is the reality. Either if I am in Nidravastha, that's the reality of Nidravastha. Jagratavastha, reality of Jagratavastha. That is the duality. That means Advaitam exists after our duality thinking is over. By birth, we are all duality thinking only. Otherwise, there is no birth because Prarabdha is there. Prarabdha is only attached to Dvaita, right?
Right.
So till we have Prarabdha, our mind is Dvaita. The moment our mind is completely dissolved in Advaitam, after that there is no Dvaita. It's like light coming to the darkness. Till then darkness was there. The moment light entered, there is nothing called darkness.
Right.
That's my understanding.
Correct. Very correct. So now,
Till then, whatever I talk now, it is from the Dvaita angle only. Because I cannot, if I am Advaiti, there is nothing to talk. There is nothing called flow of knowledge. It is there every time, all the time.
okay, correct. That is correct. So now, what is your question?
No, I just wanted to make that statement.
Okay.
I said, my statement started with this knowledge which is now available in this book, so-called Vivekachudamani. Because it is there, I am getting it in as a Dvaiti. And it is given by Advaiti.
Correct.
I just wanted to make that statement because my mind is very happy to read that, understand that, because it is structured in such a way that it's amazing for me. Who has done that was my question. Who means that is one superior power. I can call that power as awareness or consciousness, but that has created, but it is fantastic one for me. But we have both the things now. We have dark and light, both are available. It is our choice to choose because we have Viveka.
Yes. So now the question comes, how did Shankaracharya get all of this information?
Yes, that was the initial question.
Right. Now if you have Shankaracharya, then divine power has to be there. If there is no Shankaracharya, will that be a divine power?
So divine power has, I think it has come in the form of Shankaracharya.
No, you yourself is that. So there is nothing called Shankaracharya. It's just an identity. It is an illusion. And it is true also, right? The body is named as Shankaracharya or Shankara or whatever was named.
Yeah.
His mother named the body. Did she know that he is not Shankaracharya? Or did she know that he has got nothing to do with her? That is avidya. So one consciousness treating itself as another consciousness, and because body is existing, it thinks that there is another person there. This is called as duality.
Yes.
I exist and you also exist. The reason why it is like that is the problem. It is like this. You are born earlier, so now you have crossed 60 years of age. I have born later, so I am treated as a 50-year-old, and Lata has born at the same time as I was born, so she is also 50. So out of 3 people, if you were to see who is 60 and who is 50, can you tell me that?
There is no time factor in Advaita.
No, even really also there is no 60 and 50, right? Is there a measurement
But
criteria?
from the Dvaita angle, all this we are doing because it is needed for going to Advaita. This is the ladder, and ladder is required to climb. Once you have climbed, no use of ladder, throw that out.
No, you leave
So
that. No, for time
Till
being.
then, this is needed, right? Understanding the mind,
No,
Guru,
that is correct.
Shishya,
No, that is
and
correct.
all that is needed.
No, that you, for time being, you keep it aside. Let us debate over this topic. So you are 60, we both are 50. In what sense are you 60? In what sense we are 50? Can you tell me that?
Time factor only. Time factor.
Of what? Time in relation to what?
Time is continuously moving, and there was some reference for that. For example, from this Christianity point of view, it is after Jesus is born.
No, you
That is
leave.
zero.
No, I didn't ask you that. Now we are. See, you are sure you are 60-year-old, right? Okay, I am sure that I am 50-year-old. Lata is also sure that she is 50-year-old. Lata, as long as you feel that you are 50-year-old, I don't know. Okay. Okay. Now we three are, two are in 50s and one is in 60. With what reference are we talking that you are 60 and we both are 50? What is the reference point?
Body.
It's only
It's
the
in the
body.
mind.
No, it is only the body you are seeing, but where is the mind?
See, while we three are talking, so do you feel 60 years? I don't feel 50 years in my mind. So all mind
I
doesn't
think you
have.
don't feel. I think the time factor is not there. Age factor is not there. We use the word, na? Vaya, that means because of age something. Another is jnana vruddha. Jnana means with respect to knowledge. So with respect to knowledge, we don't feel that so much.
No, you again don't go back to Sanskritization, but you leave all of that. Let's only concentrate on two of us are 50 and you are 60. How do you know you are 60?
Okay, it is a body.
No, if you really see, do you agree that you're 60? I'll tell you what. Now you are from South Canara, you are 60 plus, but another person at 60 plus might have got aged much more in his body.
Yeah,
That is there, right? Now,
that is
now do you, if somebody were to ask you and him, you say I am 61 and he will say I am also 61 and
they will disagree.
and what will the other person say? No sir, how come you have maintained your body so nicely, you don't look like 61? Don't you feel happy? Right? But did that other person become aged then? Did he bring on age on himself?
So for him, that is a reference, local reference is that. With respect to that, if you see people from, say, South Canara, then it don't match.
Yes, it doesn't match. So now the problem here is the reference itself is wrong, correct?
Yeah, reference is again with respect to what?
With reference to Desha and Kala.
Yes.
And both are wrong.
Both are wrong. That's right. There's nothing called Desha, nothing called Kala.
So now, if I have wrinkles on my face and you don't have wrinkles on your face, now what is that I should do now? You tell me that. So now if somebody comes and tells me, Vilas, you look like a 70-year-old. I'll say, no, I'm just 50. He says, no, you're telling lies. You look like 70. Then I show my birth certificate and he says that it's hard to believe that you are a 70-year-old. You are a 50-year-old. Now I go into a mental pain. It's not physical pain. It's a mental pain. And many in the company, even today, believe that I am around 40, where I am 50. What should I feel now?
Yes.
Very happy? Now this is the problem of the now this is the problem of the mind, right? It is not problem of the consciousness.
No. Consciousness helps to, it just gives energy to think.
So our referential itself is wrong. You are neither 61, nor I am 50, nor she is 50. You have not aged.
They are all
You are from Anadi, that is endless. You have never aged.
yes.
And you are never going to age. That
way for this Panchabhutas also there is no age, right? Is there age, or when they mix only this age?
No, it doesn't. That is the fun part of it. It, by nature, it keeps on dropping off. It doesn't age. It drops off.
Hair is hair. Where is the age then?
There is no age, is what I'm telling you. So when it drops off, you get 1 minus. That is what is in law of thermodynamics called as... 1 second. Anjo, 1 minute. So the thing is, in science, especially if you go to thermodynamics, there is two terms, entropy and enthalpy. Entropy is that the heat keeps on dissipating. So the warmth of the body also is dissipating all the time. So if you don't have food, the warmth is not back. If you don't cover your body, the warmth is not back. So you have to keep on eating so that you are feeding. That is enthalpy. That means to retain a certain state, you need to keep on feeding with energy. Otherwise, it will keep on dropping away. This is called as Vaya. So when we say Vayas, it means that it is literally in entropy all the time. Okay. Now, if I am saying I'm this Vaya, what I'm trying to say is that my previous state has got diminished and a new state has come, and that has diminished and a new state has come. That means you will get 1 minus all the time. Okay. But you are constant. The matter is also constant. So matter can never be created nor destroyed, and energy can never be created nor destroyed. The only thing is that matter can take different forms based upon the energy, which is what has happened. So if you look at the four laws of thermodynamics, you will really appreciate that the energy and matter, they both cannot be created nor destroyed, which is Purusha and Prakriti. They cannot be created nor destroyed. Clear?
Yeah.
Okay. Now when we say reference to 50 years, from what? From the time the consciousness has come out of the womb. From avyakta to vyakta. Right? But none of that vyakta part is the same. Is it or not?
Yeah, it is changing.
It's not changing, it is completely different.
Yes.
Okay, now how can you claim it is you then? What is the reference to claim? If you claim, then you are in Dvaita. If you are not claiming, then you are in Advaita. That's all what it is. It's very simple to solve the problem.
So in Dvaita, mind exists. In Advaita, mind drops, right?
Yes. Only consciousness exists.
This is the beautiful explanation.
So if you think you are 61-year-old, and if I think I'm a 50-year-old, and Lata thinks that she's 50-year-old, that means we are in Dvaita.
Yes.
Okay. And if somebody appreciates me that, look, Vilas, you don't look like a 50-year-old, I feel so happy. And if somebody says that I'm 70-year-old, I feel so bad.
Okay. See, one interesting question about this. When in a Jagrata Avastha, my mind works, I know I am dealing, and that is nothing but Dvaita. Clear. When you go to Swapna Avastha, what is that called? Is it
Dvaita only. It's Dvaita only.
Dvaita?
Yes. You are enjoying
okay, because I am dreaming.
Yes,
Fine,
you are
fine.
dreaming.
But I don't have some freedom to dream what I want in the dream.
Yes.
Whatever the dream comes, just you go along with the flow.
Yeah.
And another is when you are completely in a deep sleep. There is no dream, no Jagrata. It is, can I say it is completely Advaita or it is completely ignorance?
It is ignorance. It is tamas.
Tamas. That means that I myself is not there in that.
You don't know that you are not there.
I don't know. That's right. Correct. I don't know.
That you are not there.
But one thing, when I am in tamas, when I don't know that I am there, when I come out of that stage to Jagrata Avastha in the morning, yeah, you give an example, charging happens like a battery and all that. So in the ignorance, how all that can happen? It's ignorance, right? Nothing is supposed to happen.
Who says so? The mind is ignorant, but is consciousness ignorant in that case?
Mind is ignorant, that's right.
But consciousness is not ignorant, right?
Now, consciousness means what? See, in the Jagrata Avastha, consciousness, I am the witnesser, fine. But in the deep sleep, where is that? That state is not there.
Who says so? That's what I'm telling you.
Consciousness is there, but I don't know.
No,
Or my mind not.
no, even in Jagrata, you don't know the consciousness is existing. You think you are existing. In the dream state, you are existing. In the deep sleep state, you are not existing. That's all. Meaning to say, you never existed in any of these states.
Oh, all three are fake. Illusion.
Yes, it's an illusion. This is what is Maya. This is what is called a Jagat.
So, Triguna. What do you call? Three avastha, right?
Three avastha. All that is
Three
an
avasthas, all are
illusion only. They are not
illusion.
real. They are not real. How? I'll tell you how.
But I have an opportunity to go to the fourth stage, right here, through my effort.
No, the fourth state is to stop putting effort. That's all. It's not
But
that.
I am talking effort. You said if that is easy for me, I can simply sit and attain that.
So now you should not identify your case, but simple. Can you do that?
For that, I have to put effort.
No.
So-called meditation.
No. You are putting effort to make yourself case, but you drop that.
So good.
See, entropy is the real state. Enthalpy is the added state. So when I say I am Vilas or your case, but you are adding additional energy to make that happen. In reality, there is no case but.
So for dropping, no effort required.
And that is why it is called as vimukti. Where is the question of putting an effort to be there?
See here, I have a brain, memory, chitta, and all that is there. Now I am reading all this, putting effort, spending daily 1 hour through Vivekachudamani to drop. That means it's effort I am putting.
No, you have to drop the intellect. See, the problem here is the buddhi has to be dropped. How will you drop the buddhi? The buddhi's job is to identify perception. You drop the perception. What is that I am perceiving? But at this point in time, I am Vilas. I am 50-year-old.
Yes.
Am I really Vilas?
You are not Vilas, you are not 50 years old, you are not even this body.
Dropped it, no. So now there is no effort to condition it. You have unconditioned it. That is what the 12th chapter is all about. 12th chapter of Bhagavad Gita, there is one shloka.
See, I agree. But this prarabdha will not allow you, no?
Why are you bringing
why you have to go through that?
Why are you bringing that prarabdha concept? You just see what is real. You leave all of that prarabdha, sanchita, agami, all that, whatever you know for now, you leave it. If you feel that you are case, but even for a moment, then you are in Dvaita. Simple. And you will believe that you are in 61-year-old, and you also believe that you are working for so-and-so company. You will also believe that you have 2 children and both of them are settled in US. You also believe that you have a wife. You also believe that you have homes, you have a property, you have this, you have that. All that is what is a belief system. You believe that it exists. And you have tremendous faith that that is true. You cannot reason. Absolutely, there is nothing to reason out. Now, now you have to drop it, right? When you say drop it, it is not about putting extra energy. You are removing energy, which is entropy. But because by nature, the energy is getting dissipated, yes or no?
Yes.
So when energy is getting dissipated, why are you adding more energy and making it an enthalpy now? So what we need to do is, if I firmly believe that I am so and so and I'm 50-year-old, what is that happening? Marana is definite. Correct?
Yes, yes.
Now, am I that person? No.
Mm-hmm.
Am I 50-year-old? No. Then who am I? That becomes a question now, right? This is where you start your Vedanta. So you are just that consciousness which is passing from one to another, avyakta to vyakta, and again becomes avyakta. That's all.
Avyakta to vyakta to avyakta.
See, if somebody dies, can they say that where did he go? Do you know where he went or she went? We can assume whatever we want.
That's only assumption. Yeah.
But do you really know where he went?
No.
No. But if you are pure consciousness, can you see where he went? Yes. But I'm trying to see it from my mind. Can I see it? No. Because the mind is tainted with impressions. What impression? I as an impression. As long as I exist, it's not going to allow it to see the reality. So what is reality? That you are one consciousness without second. Advaita, no second, right? Now if I firmly believe Lata exists and I exist and you exist, what is that I'm trying to say? No matter how much Vedanta I know, I am agreeing to that there is duality. Jagat Satya and Brahman Satya. Now the problem comes, who is aging? I am aging. Who is going to die? I am going to die. So I will be reborn again and again and again. That's all. And if somebody appreciates me that you don't look aged, I feel happy. If somebody tells me that you look very much aged, then I feel unhappy. Because that I is in the mind, not in the consciousness.
I is in the mind, that's right.
Okay. Now, to answer to your question, if Shankaracharya felt that he is Shankaracharya, then he is in I. That means he is a Dvaiti.
Correct. I think there is no doubt he is ultimate.
Right. And now the question comes, how did he write? Who wrote what? It just came to him because he is pure consciousness. If you are also in a pure consciousness, you will get all visions because you know everything.
So the mantra Drishtara is nothing but it is a full consciousness mode.
Yes. That is what it is. And that is the reason they show it in blue color, because blue is like your the equanimous flame, or if you have seen the gas burner, if you have a blue flame, it will cook in an even way. So we show Krishna or Rama or whichever deity or Mahapurusha to show that they are pure consciousness. That's all. Shiva or Vishnu, they put them in blue color because blue is equanimity. That means they don't have raga and dvesha and moha. That's all. So what Shankaracharya is saying is that come out of this moha to the world. So 335th verse was on that.
Moha.
Yeah, that is 336. So then the objective world is shut out. So this is what the objective world is all about. That you start to believe that how did Shankaracharya get all of this knowledge? Why is that I am not getting? I should be getting. So all of this is an objective world. It's filled with objects. Manasaha prashantaha. Now your mind is tranquil, calm, peaceful, quiet, whatever you want to put. Now if you were to sit, like what I asked you a question, right? You are 60 plus, can you become a 10-year-old? Yes. Immediately you will get how you were dressed, how you were going to school, how your mother was feeding, etc., etc. Immediately, without a second wild guess.
Yeah.
Okay, so now even though your body is supposed to be 60-year-old, or either you are thinking you are 60-year-old, you are able to go back to 10-year-old, and you are able to explain back that how I was as a 10-year-old. Now this is the problem with the mind. Mind keeps on feeling that it is a 10-year-old, it is a 60-year-old, and perceives that it is a 60-year-old and a 10-year-old. And not only that, it thinks I am 60 and I am 10. And the energy which comes on that makes that experience possible, and that is called chitta. So mano, buddhi, ahankara, chitta. So this mind feels, buddhi perceives, ahankara will make it as mine, and chitta makes that experience possible. So in the chitta, you have a 10-year-old person without mustache and without children, without wife. See, when you are able to reflect as a 10-year-old, have you ever thought that you never had a wife at that time? And never had two children with you? And never had this Bangalore house? You just see. You will come to know that how
continuously changing.
Yes, it's not only changing, but it is so much illusory, right? It's so untrue.
Yeah, it is illusory, no doubt in that.
It is so untrue. So why are you holding to what is untrue? If I, you and Lata and every person is able to go back to their 5-year-old or 1-year-old or 4-year-old or 10-year-old, 20-year-old or whatever year-old, or while I was studying in college, if somebody says that, hey, when you were in the school, you were doing this, and I immediately able to go back to that memory lane. At that time, when I am a 12-year-old, let's say, or a 13-year-old, as a teenager, 13-year-old, now am I experience wife and a son and a home and a car and all of this? Just see. It's not possible.
Yes.
So which is real then? That 12-year-old is real, or now what is there is real? This is where you need to question. This is the objective world. Without seeing this, the chain of rebirth can never be broken.
Yeah.
So why do we identify then?
So when you use the mind, then naturally you will identify. When you don't use the mind, you are in a meditative stage.
Yes.
In Jagrata Avastha I'm talking about.
Yes, absolutely.
Sapna and sleep, you have anyway no control. So in Jagrata Avastha, you have an opportunity to escape. Because some awareness is given to you through all this wisdom, knowledge, that you can escape from this route.
Correct.
So what you are telling, it is not an effort, but it is just dropping it. So I am using that escape.
Yes, you are stopping putting effort to identify. You require to put enthalpy to identify.
Can I say that whatever if I say that I'm putting effort to do meditation, it's a completely wrong word, right?
Yes.
Because again, effort is coming to Dvaita.
Yes, absolutely. Anything that you're doing is duality. If you say I'm doing this, I'm doing that, I'm eating, I'm sleeping. Can anybody sleep? You tell me.
It happens.
It happens. Can anybody eat? No. It happens. It's just a
I
process.
will eat you live. That's what we say
Yes.
when we are angry.
Yes. So the conclusion of this 336th verse is, as long as we identify that I am this, you are in objective world. The moment you drop the objective world, you are liberated. Because you have realized that there is no you apart from the universal you. So now you are liberated. So now we are coming into liberation. So from savikalpa to nirvikalpa in 336th verse. So you try it out. Are you, as a 5-year-old or a 10-year-old or a 15-year-old or 20-year-old, when you reflect your college or your place where you used to stay, etc., etc., if you were to go there in the memory lane, what happens to the current family you have? Can it also join? You will not. And the mother and father whom you are going to see will be totally different than what you saw before your mother's death and your father's death.
So we use the word punarjanma. Many janmas we have taken.
Correct.
And we have seen many fathers and mothers. So if I say that I am crying for my father or mother, question is which father, which janmas?
Exactly, and that is the reason Shankaracharya uses that in his.
So
Yeah, go ahead.
here actually the punarjanma thinking itself is Dvaita.
Yes.
There is nothing called punarjanma.
It's not about Punarjanma. There's nothing called a
Because
Janma.
when I am not able to, when I say that this janma's father, mother is illusion, same thing last janma also.
That is correct. But the thing is, it is not unreal to that extent, but it is not real to that extent either. So now I'll tell you what. You cannot say that there is no father and mother. Every time there is a father and mother. Right? But this is my father, this is my mother is untrue. You got the point? Consciousness itself.
But are you agreeing that there is a father and mother?
Absolutely.
How?
What
Because
is-
when you don't have such a thing called father and mother,
Yes, see, I'll tell you what. Now,
that is Dvaita, completely Dvaita.
No,
You are
no.
identifying as father.
no, let us sort it out in a proper way. Now, consciousness has taken a form, right? And it has taken a role called as father. And another same consciousness has again taken a form and it has taken a role of mother. So now the question comes, is there a role called as father and mother? Yes. The consciousness is playing the role of father and mother. To that extent it is true. Is this my father and my mother? To that extent the answer is false.
You are trying to inform in this discussion that don't have that me.
Yes.
When I say that there is nothing called me, a father and mother was also from other side, it is me only for them.
Yes, it is me, all are me
when
only.
that is also dropped, this is also dropped. Where's the truth here?
See, consciousness can take any role. So it has taken one role as a Bhatt and another role as Vilas and another role as Lata. Okay, in three of us. Forget father and mother for time being. Okay, now it is the same consciousness divided into three parts. So it has taken three roles. But are there three people here?
Same consciousness played three roles.
Yes. So what it is? Is it Dvaita or is it Advaita?
From consciousness point of view, Advaita. Played three roles is Dvaita.
No, if consciousness identifies with the role, that becomes Dvaita. If it becomes I am playing this role, becomes Dvaita. If there is no identification of the role, then it is Advaita.
So role is Advaita.
Yes, role is Advaita. I am doing
Now
this.
see, this is what we have not studied so far. Panchabhuta we have studied, and Manas, Buddhi, Ahankara and all that as Dvaita we have studied. But role is, you say that it is Advaita, but Advaita is only Prajnanam or Mahavakyas.
Okay,
4, 5.
then Bhagavad Gita becomes Dvaita. Because Bhagavad Gita,
Bhagavad Gita, Jnanam point of view, Advaita. Huh? Book point of view, text point of view, Guru point of view, somebody teaching, all Dvaita.
no, it is like this. Krishna explains from the role perspective. And that is the reason he says nobody can kill you, because you as consciousness just playing the role. There's nobody to kill, nobody to do anything. You're just playing out your role. Or not your role, playing out the role. So the difference between Yoga Vasishta and Bhagavad Gita is Yoga Vasishta goes by realization and yet getting into the world, and Krishna's explanation in Bhagavad Gita goes by role-based play. It's just a drama of a role-based. Everything is consciousness only. There is not even one person over there.
Yeah, entire thing is consciousness.
And it is playing a role. But there is no person there. Now if you don't have this,
See, role is you are doing some picturization.
I don't know how to explain to you, so we are stuck here on the role.
Now, that is one part I have not understood. Maybe you can proceed later on, you can come back.
No, there is nothing to go forward. See, this you
I have
are,
not understood as that role as Advaita,
Okay.
because I'm still thinking it is Dvaita.
okay, you keep it as Dvaita. Then
There is something called a project manager. Okay, project manager is
you tell
when
me.
a person sits there, I starts. That's right.
No.
Somebody sits.
No.
When nobody is there is no meaning of project manager.
No, you're literally misunderstood. So you have a role definition, right? So you create a role and you publish a job description, correct? Is that Dvaita or Advaita?
Define the role. It is a job description. It is okay. It is not Nama and Rupa, so it is Advaita in that case.
Correct.
If you go with this definition of Nama and Rupa,
Correct.
Yeah.
Yes or no?
it is not Dvaita. That much I can say. Is it Advaita? Is still a question mark for me.
No. First you think, you take your time. Now there is a role called as a project manager. Okay. Now there is a job description to that project manager. Correct. Is there
It
any?
is subject. Yeah, as per my definitions, subject is Advaita. Yeah, it is subject.
It is just a subject, right? Right. So what is 336 verse is talking about? Object, not subject.
336. Yeah.
So when you remove the object, it becomes only the subject, correct? Subject is Jnana. Yes or no?
Subject is jnana.
or is it object is jnana?
No, only subject is jnana. Object is not jnana.
Okay. Now some person joins that position. Is he really a project manager?
Now he is playing the role.
Exactly. But does he not feel he's a project manager?
If he feels that is a project manager, then it is Dvaita.
We all feel that I am employee of this organization and hence we are in Dvaita.
We can take our own examples. No, we
That is
don't
what
take
I'm-
anybody else.
Yeah, that is what I'm trying to bring down to.
So you are, but you are a father, you are a son, you are a husband, you are an employee, you are a neighbor, you are a friend. But all are you only, right?
Yes.
You are playing
You
the
is
role.
permanent. Other things are created by mind.
Right.
That you is Advaita. Correct?
Yes.
That, yes.
As long as you're considering that you are a father, as long as you're experiencing you are a father, as long as you're experiencing and feeling you are a father,
Okay. I got it like this. I will give some understanding. Before having children, there was no status of father. No problem, no worry, nothing. And when you have that something called children and you are now father. And this is the problem now. Because if you lose the children, if they go away, if they talk negative, if they don't do good, all that starts samsara. Completely Dvaita. Emotions.
correct?
Yeah. So you consider them as your children.
So,
Then all-
do I need
then
to
all-
think from the Advaitam point of view, after having children, you think as if you are just playing only role, like even before having children, it was a only subject.
No.
And after having, we found that it is, you have everything there. That means completely mind is involved. Me is involved.
See, before
Do I need to play the role? Do I need to play my role wherever I go without bringing Nama and Rupa?
yes, without bringing I,
Yeah. See, now you take the case. Now, for example, I am project manager. Nama and Rupa. No problem. But I have to grasp things there. For that, you need mind. Without mind, you cannot grasp.
now who says
What are you
that?
going to talk without knowing about that? You cannot deliver anything, right? You are supposed to know, supposed to understand what it is. Is it just only a subject? Can I play? My question like this: can I play the role only through Advaitam without having Dvaitam? Because my thinking that if you have to play the role, you should be Dvaitam because you have to read, understand, and strategize and implement. Everything is Dvaitam.
Yeah. So if you feel, then my answer, we'll ask an answer. So if you feel you are doing it, that you are preparing and you are understanding and you are knowing it, then you are in Advaita.
Correct.
In other words, if you don't feel the doership and don't claim the ownership of whatever the results, then you are in Advaita. Am I right, Vilas?
Yes.
But is it possible to play like that, or do I need to just quit that role itself?
No. This is exactly what Arjuna asked Krishna. That is, then in that case, I'll run away from this place. I don't want to play the
Yeah,
role.
but and then if you want to quit, can you quit being a father?
That is
It's not possible, right? Because you have two children. As long as you have two children, you have a father. You have to play a role of a father. Even if you run away somewhere, you still are a father.
correct.
How do you quit?
Yeah. My question is how to apply Advaitam there.
Yeah. So you play the role of a father and don't
Associate.
attach. I think you have to. You listen.
See, can I say like this? If I don't claim me there, and if I don't claim the end result, I will not get disturbed by any end result. Am I in Advaitam?
Yes.
Yes.
Any result, not end result, any result.
Yeah, the result I'm not bothered, but I will keep doing what I'm supposed to do.
Exactly. If you claim it is your body, you are going to
So,
suffer.
okay, for Advaitam, is there a dharma? See, we talk about we have to follow the rule of land. Dharma. Dharma is there in Advaitam or it's only Dvaitam?
No, you are going somewhere else. Dharma.
No. I'm very much inside. See, the thing is, if I allow whatever happens, that means uncontrolled. As a family, I'm supposed to have some control. As a project manager, I'm supposed to have a control. That is my role. For me to control, I will not bring me there. Okay. Still I have to control.
No, you will not control.
If you if you feel you are controlling, then you are already an Dvaiti.
Okay, but how to control the project without having Dvaiti?
Even if the thought of control itself is a Dvaita.
See, in a project environment, you are to strategize and implement. So for
Okay, fine.
It is subject. I'm talking about again. Control part is a subject there. It is not an object. It is subject. So if I have to implement, how to implement that? How to control it from the Advaita point of view?
No, you are asking a wrong question, but the moment you put control in place, you are already Advaita.
Okay, you know PMI very much, Vilas. Controlling is very, very important in this project. Okay, it's there everywhere in family also. So if that means the project management, the concept, it's a concept actually.
Yes.
That itself is wrong. For me, I thought so far it is like dharma. We are talking in the Bhagavad Gita. I thought it is something similar here. Because you are supposed to know what you can do, and you are supposed to know what you should not do. If you are running away, you should not do it. You should be there and fight.
See, I'll tell you.
Similarly, the project environment is also same thing. You have to be there. You have to make it, put all your what you call idea, effort, and all that to make it successful, but without claiming results or without meaning that.
There are two things in Bhagavad Gita. One is the doership and ownership, and second is expecting the results. Both has to be cut. There are two things. One is you feel you are doing it. You are the one who is doing it. You are the one who was strategizing it. You are the one who was controlling it. So that you feel that you are doing it. That part has to be cut. And then since you did like this, you expect this results, and you expect it to be like that. Both has to be cut. And then only you are Advaita. So it is very, very difficult to come to that state.
So with the Advaita mind, you can do the project management.
You can do any management. Why project management? You can do any management.
I can do wonders if you really are there.
Yeah,
I'm not there.
Without having that, it is wonders only.
Yeah. So this is Bhagavad Gita. We discussed all Bhagavad Gita only. And I don't know in which chapter it was there. So you renounce the doership as well as the results. The desire for the results. Even that.
See, but it is like this. First thing to be questioned is, are you Bhatt? Then the second question comes, are you a son? Are you a brother? Are you a father? Are you a neighbor? Are you a colleague? Blah, blah, blah. So many things. You will come to know that none of that is true. It's just been given to you, but you are not that. Okay, so you will play the role, and you know all role has flaws because it's a role.
Yes.
But you don't have a flaw, but the role has a flaw. So as a project manager, so if we were to use Agile, it's very easy. As a project manager, I would like to manage the project successfully.
Yes.
When 100 conditions are met. But can you meet all 100 conditions? No. So, why do you claim to be a project manager? It's a title given to you, but you don't claim it inside that you are a project manager. Do what comes at that point in time. Why should you anticipate? See, monitoring, controlling, all that are concepts, but do they know in which situation this will come? No, it is not. See, Krishna was doing project management in the entire Bhagavad Gita, correct? Did he anticipate this will happen, that will happen, that will happen? He knew what is going to happen. That is separate. But as a normal project manager, did he anticipate? No. He did what was valid or legitimate or ethical at that point in time. That's all. He didn't claim that I did a project management. Finished. So why worry?
Correct.
So same thing with father. You have 2 children, you might have 20 children, or you have only 1 child. That doesn't really matter. The role has a problem. You cannot satisfy the stakeholder. Out of 2 children, 1 child will be happy with the way you are doing, another child might not be that happy. It is also dependent on the situation. In some situation, both are happy. In some situation, both are not happy. In some situation, one is happy, another one is not happy. Yes or no?
Yeah.
So, are you creating the situation? Can you create a situation in such a way that they will never feel unhappy?
There is nothing called both will be there, samsara.
Yes. So why are you claiming the situation as yours?
But one thing, Vilas here, if we are not attached, we suddenly become a great for them, right? Because they will have a special, what you call, connection with us. It's like Mahapurusha, equivalent to Sri Krishna here. You are working only from your consciousness, no mind.
Right. So,
only ego is the problem.
not ego. If you bring the mind, it feels. So you feel.
Yeah. My mind is ego, right? Finally, it's identification.
No. Mind is not ego. Mind has itself in another object called as ego.
Yeah, correct.
It will feel that something has to be done.
Yeah.
And it does. And it takes credit or debit for doing it.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
That's all what it does. But
Okay, I think good today's discussion. Some clarity of Advaitam.
Yes. So 1 more minute left. So we can end for today. And
If we can end for today, yes.
yeah, otherwise it will become too much for you.
We'll continue. No. This I will start thinking in that direction.
Okay. All right then.
It's very interesting to implement.
Yes, it is.
And this comes in front of my eye during actions. Suddenly I can drop myself there.
Yes. Absolutely.
Yeah. Okay, thank you, Vilas.
Okay.
Thanks a lot.
Good day to both of you.
Bye.
Bye. Bye.